The wind blew through the trees. In the cold night air, I rubbed my hands together. She didn't move an inch. Half a year ago, my mother remarried. Okay. Gradually she began to speak. My father died when I was young. My mother had been mourning his death ever since. It was painful for me to watch. I listened to her without interjecting, glancing at her aura from the corner of my eye. Her cheeks seems paler than before, or so I felt. Yeah, probably not the best topic or like easy to talk about. So when my mother brought up the topic of the remarriage, I thought it was wonderful. If it meant my mother could recover, and the man who became my new father was very kind. A group of street performers, having finished their act, walks along the sidewalk with beer bottles departing. We often went out together, because my condition was usually at night. But we went to the movies, to the museums. My mother seemed happy. I was happy too. Okay, so what happened? My new father, my stepfather, was a jovial person. Mischievous, you could say, with a brightness about him. A quality neither my mother nor I possessed, a quality I also lack. I don't even know how to act cheerful, let alone to have a sense of humor. After my stepfather arrived, our home became suddenly brighter. He wasn't wealthy, but that was a minor issue since we could all work through it together. The presence of my dead father gradually faded from our home. It was only a matter of time before he became a member of the family. I loved my deceased father, so I felt a little lonely seeing my mother forget him. But laughing is definitely better than crying. Did she smile in front of her stepfather? In front of the bright and jovial person, what kind of smile would she wear? He really was a bright person. He treated me like his real child, never missing a goodnight kiss or good morning kiss, at an age where it was no longer appropriate. Oh. But if that's the family he wanted and the child he wanted, then I complied. Yo, whoa, hold on a second. Jesus, calm down. Other people ideals. They don't understand how suffocating and uncomfortable it can make someone feel. Surely without a shred of malice, they think they're doing the right thing. He was also skilled at cooking and often treated us. Despite being tired from work, he did it for us. That story was close to the ideal family image. Even beloved dog fitting it wouldn't be strange. But she suddenly fell silent, okay? What happened? Something wrong, definitely. Unable to spit out the next words. What's wrong? I looked at her directly, not just from the corner of my eye. Perhaps my existence was fading away for her. She looked startled at me, then smiled slightly, as if to say it's good that you're here. Then she looked down again. He was bright. Yes, he was very touchy-feely. Oh yeah. He would hug my mother and me too. My mother seemed happy. He's a good man, she would often boast to me, as if she was confident in my happiness. But yes? I interjected. If she needed to confirm my presence, I felt disgusted. At first I thought it was much as my misunderstanding, that I was being overly self-conscious, but the fingertips he touched me with, the arms around my waist, the palms stroking my hair, it was different. Yeah, that sounds creepy. Her voice seemed to tremble. It made me feel awful. I recall touching her too at Prague Castle. I tried to lift her by the waist. The fact that there was little resistance at the time wasn't because she wasn't resisting. Oh. Whoa. The goodnight kisses and good morning kisses, which at first were on the forehead and eyelids, gradually moved to the cheek, then to the corner of the lips, and then... Where was this going? Oh my... I know what's going. Holy Jesus, what the fuck is happening? This is like... Really? Yo! Okay. Fata Morgana is not holding back, as usual it seems. 2 months ago, he kissed me like a lover would. That was when I found her in community. When I found her in community for those with the suicidal thoughts. Okay. I couldn't tell my mother. That was she was smiling happily without knowing anything, and I didn't want to break that. I thought I should endure it, but this much it doesn't matter. How could that be the case? The man she described as bright and jovial, family-oriented, he crumbled away, turned into a demon-like man intended on defiling her. Still, I was looking for an outlet somewhere. Fortunately, I had a computer. It was bought by my mother before she remarried my stepfather, but it was too much for her, so she came to me. That's where you met me. Yes, you really were a support. In the emails we exchanged, I was just a normal girl. You were kind, maybe you thought differently, but still, you listened to me attentively. Because of the emails with you, I was able to continue living in that house. This is crazy, what the hell? She said something like this before, ending the falsehood and the real loneliness. 3 days ago. Her voice was dry. On the promenade, no one else passed by. At night, he came to my bedroom. Oh, Jesus. Please stop. When I woke up, he was on top of me. A devil-like man comes to mind, looming over her. She must be frightened and despairing. She must have anticipated the future that would befall her. I couldn't resist at all, not even scream. If I screamed, maybe my mother would wake up. Why does she even consider her mother in such a situation? Why does that man hurt her? Why am I feeling so pained? Why is the world so cold? Don't continue, please. Don't hurt yourself. It's strange for me to think this way. Someone who wished for another despair saying stop. But she said it. I was raped, yep. Oof. 3 days ago, the email arrived late at night. Exactly 1st AM. I had just returned Tuesday late at night. It was a college student on holiday, staying up late night with nothing better to do. I was. She confirmed my existence and then proposed, shall we meet? Right after it happened. Holy shit. My stepfather, unable to reply, she continued. He said he would be back. Jesus. 2 days ago, the email arrived at 11 PM. That's when she said to go to the break. Perhaps after a second nightmare occurred. Holy shit! Okay, I did not expect that Erasmus to go this way. Holy fuck. This is the end of my story. The truth she revealed. If I had heard this story when we first met, I would just use it to satisfy my shallow desires. To mock her as the pitiable woman, as someone less redeemed, less desired than me. But someone please explain to me. This urge to scream. The story isn't over, is it? My voice was hoarse. You chose break. Roland said that no round-trip tickets were issued in life. She must have clashed her one-way ticket and dashed out. You just said it would end. And you said it would end. With the final stop, the city. Her rails had changed course 2 months ago, and without resistance continued to extend, until the tracks fell into the darkness. Why is this world so painfully difficult? People like her find it hard to live in this world. The city of break, as seems from high ground, as far too beautiful, making this sense of distance all the more poignant. Neither she nor I can enter that light. Nagel's red eyes were reflecting the sparkle of break. With a fleeting expression as if looking far away, she whispered softly. Break is a beautiful city, isn't it? Apparently so. Yo. What the hell? Why are we drowning in this murky water? Why do others create an ideal partner to satisfy their own desires? And this is when he got the idea about clones, huh? I guess. So, did he founded this whole organization then? Or something? That sounds unlikely because, like, this technology should be like developed for like much longer period of time, and he doesn't seem to be that old, unless he died already like a few times. I don't remember what like year is here, but anyway. The air we breathe is rotten, and the more we fill our lungs, the deeper we sink to the bottom of the water, unable to climb up, or perhaps having given up. Why don't others recognize this? Why do others hurt her? I don't understand. How can she be saved? What should I do? What do I want to do? What can I do? I don't understand. Can I not do anything to rescue her from this nightmare? She is too young, a frail middle school girl who cannot pave her own way. And I, without money or power, just a student, legally have no way to oppose the man who has become part of her family. Yeah. And she's not willing to tell anyone about this as well. That's the problem. Moreover, she and I are strangers. What can I do? Yeah. This is so fucked up. Do you like postcards? She was already looking up. I was the one looking down. I dislike them. They're full of lies. I thought you might say something like that. I can't lift my face. What expression am I wearing? Even now, is it like a mask showing no emotion? My father gave me a postcard of Prague. My real father, who has now passed away. He was an unsuccessful painter who sometimes painted on the Charles Bridge. Oh! So, even in Fata Morgana, like, we have a version where, like, in Erasmus we have the version where her father is a painter. It is a beautiful postcard. But not just beautiful. There was a certain melancholy as if the buildings themselves were lamenting. Maybe the history of this country was reflected in this postcard, she said. My mother, looking at the same postcard, would probably say it's like a fairy tale country. Beautiful, people are kind, surely wonderful. Her red eyes might be seeing the real world through the postcards. If she had shown it to me, maybe I could have come to like postcards. Definitely. What do you think? Seeing it in person. Disappointed with the throngs of tourists? Nah, not at all. How do I appear in her eyes? Those eyes that do not project the ideal me. Eyes that see things as they are. Eyes unique to her. Eyes that know the end of the world. Indeed. It was a beautiful city, but... If I had come here alone, I don't think I could have come to love the city in such a way, yeah. You can speak. There were so many things I wanted to say. I love the city now. Though the only tourist spot we visited was the Prague Castle. It has become a special city in my heart. It's because you were walking with me, right? You were walking by my side. Thank you. I'm glad I met you. It sounds like a farewell for this life. Yeah, it's very much feel like a farewell forever. That's not good. We can't just let her go to this house. To go back home like that. Like, we just cannot just leave it like this. Like, there's no way she's just like going back to her home. Like, there's just no way. In fact, she might be planning to do just that. She came to Prague to end it. She might have wanted to see the city admired. Oh, or maybe she's just... Oh. Right. Oh. And then to disappear embraced by that city. I saw her getting ready to stand up. She's planning to leave. There's nothing I can do. Nothing. I wanted her to stay by my side. I wanted to continue traveling with her. I wanted the real me for the first time. But she's about to disappear. From this world. From this murky world. How can I stop that? Can I ask her to leave? It would be a pain more terrifying than death for her. Also, I don't think she realized that by doing this, her mother will be more sad than losing the stepfather, basically. Like, all you do is just doing to your mother what you didn't want her to. You will like drive her to despair once more. She's not realizing that. If she wishes to journey to another world seeking salvation, I should have acknowledged it. This world is the bottom of the rotten water. Do not continue drowning, disappearing like the bubble is the only way. So here I am. She's looking at me as I look down. Even without seeing, I feel her gaze. She's about to start saying goodbye. Please, wait. I lifted my face. She fell silent. I too fell silent. No matter what I said, already... Eventually she began to speak. She might have thought my interjection was aimed at her actions themselves. But that's not it. That's not it. I will see it through. That's the only thing I can do. The only thing I found that I can do. Your departure. What the hell? If walking with me in Prague made you happy, if you wanted my presence until the very last moment, I want to be there. But you might be suspected of something strange. Also, like this, like waiting, going with you, I will watch your departure and stuff. I get like, for a second I got vibes of like Narciso. If you haven't seen the series, you can watch this on the channel, it's pretty short. Damn. Totally different like circumstances, but god damn it. I will manage. I hadn't thought about how I would manage. I just didn't want to be rejected by her. I want her to think of me as unnecessary. A stranger to her, I was who had only speaking to her 2 months ago. Our relationship was just a single day turning Prague, yet her presence had become something significant in my life. She was silent, and then looking down. Thank you. She whispered, her voice almost disappearing. It wasn't a way of saying goodbye. What the hell is happening? Okay. Like, in comparison to like first part of Erasmus, this one is actually way better. Her recommendation was a 2-star near Florence station. She must have already checked in, as she took out a bundle of keys and opened the entrance. It's a common sign in cheap hotels, no reception. Call for check-in, get the keys. The key, the main entrance, the building like a department, and then the keys to several small rooms inside. So it wasn't difficult for me to just walk in. Of course, it's against the rules. But a 2-star, it's a nice room. It's the best room here. She's a woman after all. She cares about the quality of the room, I suppose. I was looking for the room with the bathtub, but that wasn't the case. She took off her olive coat, revealing a plain dress underneath. The room was cold, no heating on. She took something out of the coat pocket and headed to the bathroom. For a 2-star hotel, having a private bathroom is rare, especially one with a bathtub, and not just a shower room. The sound of water, no, the sound from the boiler. She's not going to take the bath, probably. Sound of water, no sound from boiler. After hesitating for a moment, I followed her. She just watched the water, feeling, oh no. Are you fucking serious? Like, this is way too fucking detailed. Like, YouTube is going to hate me for this. Oh my god. What the fuck? No, no. No. What the f... Oh my god. My voice finally made the white girl turn around. White girl turn around. In her delicate hands was a small bottle. I couldn't explain the label. Because it's winter, if you stay in cold water for hours, you won't wake up. Oh, okay. I thought about something else, but that as well. Okay. I understood their intention at that moment. It must be sleeping pills. Dying from them alone would be difficult, especially if they are over-counter. If you take them up to the limit, you might vomit them out. The success rate is low. However, it might be possible to sleep near comatose. And if it's in the water, she could disappear from the world she desired without feeling any pain or suffering. Good idea. This is so fucked up. I hate this. And her beauty would not be tarnished. Even if the color in her cheeks faded away, she would truly become the girl in white, Nege. Like Ophelia, like the Virginia Woolf, that would be fine. She smiled modestly again. How many more times will I be able to see that smile? The water keeps accumulating. When it's fully accumulated, our separation will come. I left a wheel. Actually, I didn't want to say anything, but my disappearance will once again rob my mother of her smile. Also, she does realize that, so stop. What the fuck? Like, we can just get this guy. Like, what the fuck? Just stop. At least I wanted her to think that my death wasn't because of our family. Are you... Oh my god. I just cannot, like... These people like that are so fucking irrational. Like, this is like... This is just like psychological sickness. Like, what the fuck? Like, what do you... What is it like? Standing next to her and looking at her at the swirling water. Water is clear, not murky, transparent. I lied that something unpleasant happened at school. I think I did a bad thing to my classmates. Why does she go so far to protect her mother? The cause of her suffering is indeed her stepfather, exactly. But her mother must also be slightly responsible. Not discerning the true nature of men, laughing at false happiness, unaware that such smiles are trying to kill her. I mean, this guy might be like very good at hiding everything, so she might not even know. Maybe if she actually like suspects something, then yeah, like she's fucked up too then. But there's also a possibility that she actually does not know anything. Because while her, like Nege actually behaved like normal and like never said anything. She can't tell the truth anymore to anyone, only I know. But what can I do with that knowledge? I cannot disclose it. Although she is close to me, socially our relationship is too tenuous. I'll have to continue living, having lost the person who wanted me to stay as I am for the first time. Why? I ask one thing. I couldn't say anything more about the wheel. She looked at me again. I couldn't avert my eyes, so I didn't look away either. Is my existence saving you? Am I being here? Am I coming to Prague? Am I sending an email? Am I finding her? Yes, very much so. She smiled. It was modest, yet despite the pain it seems fulfilled. Then, a long silence. There should be more to talk about. No, perhaps not. At the very beginning, we had nothing to produce together, our conversations were few and silence was more appropriate. But being silent doesn't necessarily mean a denial of each other. The length of time we faced each other doesn't equate to its value. Just as being me for a long time hasn't been a value to my mother. It's not about time. Then, the water fills up. She reaches for a small bottle. The white pills rest on her likewise white palm. Without hesitation, she puts them in her mouth. Wait! In the moment I raised my voice unusually. She looked at me with surprised red eyes. Her eyelids showed a moment of spasm. Wait, I'm not trying to stop you, but just wait a little, please stay here. I'll be back in 10 seconds, okay? Wait for me. I blurted out the words impulsively. And without waiting for a reply, I dashed out the bathroom, rummaging for my bag. If the world has no value, if the world doesn't give us value, if I am saving her, Michelle? She forgot to add sound to my name as she usually did. She looked at me, dumbfounded, as I returned to the bathroom. I was holding her That's what I was thinking when they mentioned bathtub. God fuck. No, what is happening? I wasn't prepared. Medical was really like hers. It was simply a tool necessary for shaving while traveling. I will go too. What the actual fuck? Why must I alone continue to live in this rotten water, continuing to drown? If she doesn't my existence, then together. It's okay to disappear. Why didn't I realize this sooner? There's no need. You must understand this world is very rotten, and it only brings despair. That's why you're trying to go to a different world, bearing unimaginable pain in that small body. I'm out of breath. It's the first time I've spoken so passionately. Death is considered evil because humans arbitrarily created that concept. Feeling pain is just a trap created by our genes. You must understand. Overcoming that, changing this world could be our salvation. I'm not the person who wants to die, but losing her right before my eyes, I have no reason to stay in this world either. I was never recognized by anyone as myself. To you my pain might seem trivial, but unhappiness is too small to compare with yours. But how much it grows of my future. Even when I ran away from my father and mother to live alone in Paris, it followed me. If I'm going to be imposed with ideals, I'd rather be alone. And yet, others treat me as lonely as they try to change me, without realizing how much that isolates the real me. But you were happy when I appeared. You said my existence, which nobody else wished for, was salvation for you. I wanted to laugh at someone more desperate than myself. I wanted to reassure myself that I wasn't that insignificant. Maybe she's going to reconsider because it's Michelle. God damn it. Can we have a different solution, please? And then she appeared. A girl bearing more despair than I did. But that girl was someone who walked beside me without complaint, someone who recognized my existence. I cannot just watch. There's a better way for me too. Please. I don't wish for me to continue living. Please let me keep walking with you. Let me disappear with you. Even if I'm holding is a one-way ticket with no return. She was silent, holding the white pills, looking at me out of breath, unable to lift my face for fear of her rejection. If I can't be with her here, it's meaningless. If I can't keep saving her, it's meaningless. If it can be now, then it's hopeless. Want me? I had never made such a plea before. I had never so wished to be reflected in someone's eyes. I collapse. I can't put strength into my knees. I convince myself it's from walking too much. Her silence is terrifying. Only the sound of water continues to echo. Seconds, tens of seconds, or minutes passed. We're like that. Silent her. Collapsing me. Her looking at me. Me unable to look at her. Is it really okay? Her voice came out. It was trembling. Is it okay to take you with me? Oh my god. So, in Erasmus, like the part before we read, that was their clones actually, they already died? Who made clones then for them? Like Michelle was like some outcast. I guess like mother or even stepfather would make a clone. Like stepfather would make a clone to have more fun. Basically. What the fuck? This is so fucked up. They don't know about the the cloning industry here yet. Oh my god. Finally I was able to leave my face. Surely I must have looked miserable and pitiful. And then she was crying. Why do you think of disappearing with someone like me? If it wasn't you, I wouldn't have dreamed of it. Would she accept me? Would she want me? You're really like an angel. It suits your name. Stop it, as if there could be such an angel. I had my own name, it doesn't suit me at all. But I think I smiled at that moment, properly, so she could understand too. Now I don't feel bad about it. Ah, what the hell? I took her hand for the first time. If that wouldn't be so fucked up, I would say it's almost like romantic, but god fucking damn it. Jesus, this is so fucked up. Like, if that would be like, I don't know, like zombie apocalypse and you both were like beaten and you would like to like die together and like, you know, sure, but Jesus, this is just so fucked up. Like, there are solutions for this. There are different solutions. What the fuck are you doing? I really wanted to touch her more closely. But instead of being able to do so, I just touched her hand. And instead of being able to hug her, I placed the blade on her wrist. Oh. The razor, which had to be used carefully because it was too sharp, ended up being useful in such a way. The water is overflowing, the bathtub was too small for both of us to sink into. So we changed the method, looking down her wrist, almost transparent enough to see arteries. Her voice came down. Do you like classical music? Somewhat. I like it. Classical music, especially the Dvorak. I'd forgotten what kind of music Dvorak composed, but I remembered that this composer was from Czechia. Czechia must meant a lot to her in many ways. I feel like I can hear it. She said, so she smiled. I was driven by the desire to keep looking at that smile forever. Please hum it. It's an orchestral piece, it's impossible. Right, of course. The conversation breaks off. It seems like a signal for everything. I couldn't even lift her with my fingers. They were about to take her life. If I exert force, her skin would easily lacerate. No, I'm not trying to take her away, but to save her. That's what I thought. You are gee. What is this episode? A groaning sigh of pain could be heard. Blood spilling out from the artery. Was it supposed to flow this easily? Did I cut too deep? No, it wouldn't mean anything if this wasn't the case. Handing her the razor, still with the blood remaining on it, I thought it would be nice if her blood could someone enter me. Sharing the pain, what a nonsense I first uttered, never thinking it would become reality. I inadvertently laughed with a sigh. Facing her and looked up at me curiously, I had to tell her something else. Talking about sharing blood couldn't possibly happen. Maybe it would have been nice to go listen to music. Dvorak music. It would have been in Czechia or Paris. If it could be heard in Lyon, then here too. And if there's a next time seeking trivial conversations, I'll explain. I pretty much know his compositions. She smiles modestly, placing the blade on my wrist. Her blood is flowing and my wrist shows nothing. She hesitates. Don't hesitate. My words, her lowered eyelids showed movement. I could see delicate pink capillaries. They were beautiful. I couldn't touch them. I was unable to touch the skin, so instead, I wanted our insides flowing to meet. Don't hesitate. Take me away as you wish. From the murky bottom of water into clearer waters. Let me save you. The blade sinks into the soft part of the wrist. I clenched my back teeth to not show pain outwardly. If I distorted my face, she might hesitate again. This was the moment I appreciated the impassiveness of my expression. Deeper? It won't overflow otherwise. Don't hesitate. We can go together. Mr. Michel. There's no need for formalities. She never called my name a second time. She twitches her eyelids slightly again, and then she severed my artery. Oh, I cannot! Like, what the fuck is this episode? Jesus! Eventually our gaze intertwined. Instead of touching her hair, forehead or cheeks, I took her hand, touching wrists that let our lives flow into one another, into the water, into that clear water. Blood begins to overflow, mistakenly heading towards the bathtub, staining it a light red. I look at her. She's not crying anymore. Am I smiling? I don't know, but I'm content. The sound of water, not dvorek, but different classical music plays by my ear. It's not actually audible. Remnants in my memory of the only composer I could say I liked. The sound of water. I decided to watch her until the end. We would be discovered in a few hours, or maybe the next day. I don't know what they will think then, but it's alright now. This world is the bottom of the rotten water. A word no longer needed by us. The sound of water. Eventually, the word will fade away. Sound of water. She smiled modestly. I must have smiled too. What the hell? This word is too harsh. We do not wish to leave. This word is too strict. Yet it does not strive to fulfill hope. To fulfill hope, yeah. Okay. Consciousness being dragged down, no wrong, is being forcibly pulled up. Why? Tossed by the rising and falling waves of sentience. Waking up, what is supposed to be there? Who is supposed to be waiting? And we're back to Paris. Okay, what? Is that really supposed to be like prologue to... Why we have Michel? He survived. What? That's so fucked up. I cannot. Yeah. I cannot. I woke up in a hospital in Paris. Nigga wasn't there. No one answered when I asked what happened to her. Did I fail? Unable to disappear as she wished, nor did I become her savior? Did she embark on her journey alone? Did she vanish from this world? For a while I was kept at rest, but as my consciousness cleared and I recovered, various visitors came. I have no friends. There shouldn't be so many people coming to see me. First my mother cried. She didn't cry because I tried to die. My father didn't show his face. Strangers kept visiting, sprouting incomprehensible things. None of my denials got through. Conversations advanced without me. When I was discharged, my place to return to wasn't my Paris apartment nor my family home. Strangers instead presented the crimes attributed to me. The many complicated words they used, simply put, I have become a man accused of kidnapping and assaulting a woman. You are fucking like kidding? Oh my god. Why would that be? I wasn't the one who assaulted her. The image should have been evidence enough to not to mention the existence of the will. Above all, that scene could only be seen as a double suicide, not the scene of the assault. Why would that be? I don't understand. I don't understand. She seems to be alive. She also failed, it seems. Left behind in the cruel world. Did she deny it? Or maybe she just doesn't know I'm being punished for a crime I don't remember committing. I found out later. Her family was indeed poor, but her uncle was a powerful politician with influence. Her biological father, before becoming a painter, had been active in the political area as well. In the end, my existence, it seems, could be rewritten to suit someone else's convenience. Unable to resist, the rails I ran on switch without my consent. My will does not exist there. But one truth remains, leaving indelible marks, even if they've been closed off, scars on the wrist. She probably has the same ones. This is so fucked up. So, she died or not? What is I hate this so much. Before being sent to prison in detention center, a woman who was my mother visited me. Who was not my mother visited me. Another stranger. A stranger decide my fate and change my rails with my consent. What will they do with me this time? The one kept a constant smile, opposite of mine. Long black hair, her age is indescribable. Mate? She looks young, yet also older than me. The moment she entered, the guards left the room. Can such a thing even happen? After exchanging a few formalities, she got to the point. We can get you out of here, she said. Okay, why? Like, why would they be interested in Michelle cooperation here? Why would they think like he's a good candidate to work in this like clothing industry? Is it because of like what he tried to do? Like all of the people there like But her way of speaking was pretentious. We can send you back to university, back to your former life, but on the condition that after you graduate you will help us with our work. We are always in need of talented individuals, she said. How do you know he's talented? Like, how did you scout this guy? Like, what the hell? Like, what qualities do you see that make you think that he would be a good, at working with colognes? The one said this with a superior smile. If possibly people who aren't needed by society. She added, okay. Yeah, okay, so all of these people that are like basically claimed as no needed. I guess, okay. So that's the criteria, I think. It seems I have lost even a one-way ticket. This word, the bottom page of Blackwater. This is so fucked up. 4 years ago. Wait, we're going back now? Okay, we're going back now for whatever reasons. Okay. So I'm going to see like Michelle like before he got depressed like that or something?